Converse that was the shoe. I mean, there was also another one called Spaldings. Hey, Russ, how are you?
I'm doing good. How about yourself?
I'm excellent and looking to do better.
It's always a good mentality. Now, my first thing is just, conceptually speaking, this movie is kind of like a modern day Toy Story. How do you feel about that comparison? And like, how did it feel to be able to bring this story and those messages to a whole new audience and really just generation of kids?
I mean, how wonderful is that you get to approach another generation with a set of values that are timeless. That's kind of great. I mean, comparisons are always going to be made. You compare it to Toy Story, someone else compared it to Cars. You know, soon it will have its own identity to which you will make other comparisons by. But I think it stands on its own.
Yeah.
You know.
I want to talk about your character, OG. Can you just, help describe like what has he been through as a shoe, and kind of what is his perspective on life that's different compared to all the other sneakers around him?
Well, being an OG and actually being one of the originals, because back in those days, Converse was that was the shoe. I mean, there was also another one called Spaldings. My father, who was a basketball player, he was a big fan of Spaldings. But Converse was the shoe. I remember very distinctly getting my first pair of Converses with my mother, and the store that we went to on 103rd Street, and they must have cost about $12. You come a long way, baby. Nowadays you can't even go into the store for $12.
That's true. That's very, very true.
You might find a pretzel at the mall for $12, but no shoes.
A big part of this film is about collecting. And someone who's had, a lot of roles, you're probably, you're very popular, you're known by many. And so my question to you is, what is your wildest interaction you've ever had with a collector?
As I can think of late, I was just approached with a guy who did a collage of characters that I've played. And he gifted me that poster. And it's really remarkable. That's so it becomes a collector's item for me. But it was a copy, so he kept one for himself.
Yeah.
And, it was a wonderful gift, and it's a wonderful representation of things that I've done. I was like, wow, that's pretty remarkable.
Where do you have it hanging up somewhere right now?
Not yet. I'm having it framed at the moment, but I will have it.
Nice.
It will be hanging.
Is there anything you personally collect yourself?
I collect lions.
Nice. Okay. Just in the form of rings, or are other?
Oh no, I have. I mean, I have many forms in the form of rings. I have a lion pendant.
Nice. Okay.
So.
Now, I want to take a moment and pivot real quick. Early last year on Twitter, you mentioned that you would not be, or you will not be returning for the Community movie, which, many fans were sad about it. I was just wondering, do you know why Dan Harmon isn't bringing you back, and if that's changed?
Just to show you how rumors spread and lies, I never said anything like that. When asked about whether I will return to Community, of course, when asked, I will. And I've been told, I will be invited to the party. However, it has not fruitioned yet. And of course I would be there. Why not? But it has not yet come up. When it has come up, I think it's, as I understand it, it can be a matter of schedules. There's a lot of people to juggle around.
Yeah.
It's been a few years since we've done it. So, we'll see. But let me dispel any rumor that I would not do it. Of course I would.
Now, well, I mean, that's good because everyone really wants to see. Everyone says the community movie is a very exciting thing, and people want to see you back in that role. When it comes to this movie at hand, what would you say is the most surprising challenge you faced at any point during the process, whether that be before the movie started, voice recording, afterwards?
Anticipating what the final product would be, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, because especially animation is always done piecemeal. You do a little here, you do a little there. You hear a little bit here, you hear a little bit there. So I was very anxious to see what it finally all came together by, and it's always a wonderful culmination. It's always a joy to see everything all put together. It's like, oh, but and also in this film, the music is really quite wonderful. So you'll really enjoy the movie, the music.